Do you like Showdown? Well, I hope you do, because otherwise you should probably just go and watch another video. I am playing with my overused team, for once in a while. I'm starting with my Rock Shrike, which, yeah, is apparently taken down to a sash by this Jolteon. And he goes into a Breloom, and I'm expecting a Mach Punch after my Stealth Rock. So I switch out into Gengar, because this is a free switch in, and I just totally wall this Breloom. I can just set up a sub as he switches out, and just laugh myself to sleep, basically. He's going for a Spore, which, you know, doesn't work, because, you know, you can't really make a Dole go to sleep. He decides to switch out and go for the Gene Sack. Now, sadly, my Spectre does not have Hidden Power Fire anymore, because I figured Disable had a bit more utility for keeping Spectre in with a sub up and making sure if they can break it, then I can take out their move, which makes them able to break it. So instead going for the Focus Blast, which still hits Gene Sack very hard, and a Shadow Ball is enough to take it out. Spectre back up to full health with the leftovers. Jolteon sent out, which is very fast. Probably going to go for the Volt Switch or something, so I send out my Death Scythe. And he, funnily enough, decides to go for a Substitute and Baton Pass into Heatran, which is really not awfully good news for Death Scythe, so at this point I'm pretty sure I U-turn into something else, which is better to take out a Heatran. That's right, I send out my Rock Shrike and go for the Rock Slide, because at this point I figured Heatran was going to hit with a pretty strong move, and I'm okay if my Pokemon 1% is taken out by it, but apparently he pulls off an Earthquake, which is absolutely deadly to Heatran, being a Fire and Steel type. So at this point I send out my Spectre, which is kind of obvious, but Breloom's just... it's got nothing on Spectre, I'll say that much. He can just do nothing. So he switches it out right away and I get a free sub, which is nice. He keeps in the Jolteon. And, you can see him saying in the chat how he's just like, yeah, I should have seen that coming. No matter. He sends out the Breloom. Apparently he thinks this thing is no longer useful to his team, so he just sends it in to be killed by Spectre. I'm pretty sure I go for yet another Shadow Ball, even though I probably could have gotten a free sub. But, oh well. It turns out to be irrelevant. He sends out the Gyarados, which is a fairly hard hitter. And it decides to go for Dragon Dance, okay? And I have a sub. So I got a free sub, he got a free Dragon Dance. We're all happy here. However, he sadly got the leftovers as well, which means that I don't think Spectre has enough juice in his Shadow Ball to disable that. Well, to wall the move there. Ice Fang does do a lot of damage, especially with that Dragon Dance, so... At this point, I decide to send out my Starmie, just to try and wall some of the Water and Ice moves that Gyarados was going to use. However, the Earthquake also quite damaging, so Celestial just spins and goes down, basically. Boo. That was a long silence. But anyway, I didn't really know what to say. I sent out Lucario, and Earthquake just outspeeds and kills it, because he's... yeah, okay, Moxie. That's how he's raising his attack. That's actually really nasty, so at this point I send out the Rock Shrike and somehow be faster and get down a Rock Slide, which is pretty lucky, because I get a Flinch Hacks. This is amazing. Get off another Rock Slide and kill it. So... beautiful luck on my part there. Rock Shrike on 1%, just carrying the team. I go for the Taunt, and not realizing that Espeon had a Magic Coat, so that's a little silly move on my part, but no matter. Rock Shrike pulling off the Quake of the Earth. Espeon just thinking it can set up, which it can because I tried to taunt it and failed, which is really annoying. Anyway, going for the Rock Slide, hoping for some more Flinch Hacks, and Espeon just going for another Wish, just wanting to set up and be a cheeky little bastard. So I go for the Rock Slide, which is a physical move obviously, so its special defense gains do nothing. And Espeon getting yet another Wish. And isn't that all wonderful, good and well? Going for the Rock Slide, hoping for the Flinch Hacks, which I get. And Espeon taken down to very low damage by this Rock Slide. Does it finally decide to take out Rock Shrike? It does. Okay, that's all well and good for me. At this point, I think this Espeon is quite dangerous, and so I send out my Death Scythe with the Bullet Punch. Nope, Pursuit, that's right. I use Pursuit because I think it might switch out and try and save itself, but nah, either way. He goes for a substitute, which is an interesting choice, but I just go for the pursuit, which I'm banded into, which is, I don't know, it's doing enough, so I can keep in Death Scythe. He tries to go for Volt Switch, but I pursued and crit. And that is good game to PyTurn. I hope you enjoyed the battle, guys, and I'll see you next time.